Allison also thinks nobody will watch on Saturday because it's
if the Friday stream goes long, then I'll.
She thinks everybody's going to be doing July 4th stuff. I said I'm not so sure. I think some of these people have no friends and family. Who here, put a 1 in the chat if you have no plans for Saturday. You're not doing anything special for July 4th. Put a 1 in the chat. Also, not everybody's American. That is the other thing to it. So anyway, we're going to play it by ear a little bit, but just a heads up, if you're looking forward to the trivia stream, it might be a little bit of a moving target. And then, so yeah, we got a few ones, few people not ashamed. So that, and then, what I don't know what else. I'm going to make my Anthony Santi video this week, but I'll probably make that tomorrow because I got to get my Rumble premium hours finished today. Anyway, let's get into the news. It's not a super big news weekend, actually. Usually Monday there's a lot because we have the whole weekend to like refresh, but it was kind of a slow weekend news-wise. Just some little stories we're going to cover, nothing big. Let's just get into it. Okay, first thing, I want to touch on this just real quick. Pete Buttigieg, a homosexual politician, former minister of transport, was he said that his children were taken by CPS over a false report. And a lot of people are saying that there must have been some reason for them to take the kids, that CPS doesn't normally take away your kids just because somebody reported you. There has to be more to it. And some people are like basically implying that, he was like, whatever, like molesting the kids or something. And I just wanted to say that's probably not true because the police themselves said that it was a false police report, and CPS, like they said, okay, this was a false report. But basically what Pete Buttigieg said is that they took the, they said that they had to interview the children. And so the kids like went to stay with his parents until the police could conduct the interview. And so he didn't get to see his kids for like 24 hours. But then the police came out and said, we've determined it was a false report. They gave the kids back. So I don't think there is anything there. But people are saying like, oh, well, I got interviewed by CPS and they didn't take my kids away. And I'm just speculating here, but it could be that if somebody reports you for like negligence or something like that, it's not as serious as if they report you for like sexual abuse. I'm guessing that probably the person who reported it was for sexual abuse. But so anyway, there he is with the kids. It's also the children are girls, and as you can see, mulattoes.
It's a mulatto.
So, if it was boys, I'd be a little more concerned, but probably nothing really actually going on, but they shouldn't have kids, so I'm not losing sleep over any of this. Okay, interesting story or interesting little thread here from Cremu about the power of genetics. The power of genetics, undefeated. I wanted to touch on this real quick. So he posts these pictures and he says, these two twins grew up together and worked a similar job, but one of them smoked for 20 years and the other one didn't. Can you guess which? Now, almost certainly it's the one on the right who is the smoker because the wrinkles are like a little bit deeper, but there's actually very little difference between the person who smoked for 20 years and the one who didn't in their physical appearance. So I guess what I'm saying is you may as well smoke cigarettes because they can't hurt you. Cigarettes can't hurt you. The only thing that can hurt you is bad genetics. No, not really, but it is interesting. He's got like another example here of two twins. One of them took minoxidil for a year for his beard. And so you have up here the top and bottom, and it's like the one on top is almost certainly the one taking the minoxidil because the beard is like a little bit thicker. But it's really for taking a drug for a year, you would think you would have a big bushy beard, wouldn't you? And then he's got like a bunch of like other examples of smokers, twins who didn't smoke and did. And just not much different. I wonder if they've ever done studies on twins who didn't, on like twins where one smoked getting cancer. Hey Grok, is there any data on identical twins where one smokes cigarettes and the other one doesn't, and if the one who smoked was more likely to get cancer?
There is solid data from large Nordic twin registries. In identical twins where one smokes and the other doesn't, the smoker is significantly more likely to get cancer, especially lung cancer. For lung cancer specifically, one study found the smoking twin had over 5 times the risk compared to their identical non-smoking twin. For tobacco-related cancers overall...
Boo. Guess I can't start smoking again. Anyway, the good news is the wrinkles won't be that bad if you do, unless your genetics are bad. Okay, James Woods posted this. James Woods, Hollywood actor, on his 5.3 million follower X account posted, "Diversity is code for white extinction." And Elon Musk replied and said, "Pretty much. It's not promoted in any other countries." What is this?
Whites are now roughly 8% of the planet. That's 650 to 700 million out of 8.3 billion. That sounds like a lot, but our ancestors never faced what we're facing. Low births, rapid aging, and a non-stop invasion of non-Europeans we never asked for. We're becoming a cornered minority in almost every country we built because they follow us.
Good grief. Thank you, Mr. Woods. Very cool. So that's cool. So just, look, the Overton window has been absolutely obliterated in the last week. I was thinking about this because Toby Turner, and I think I mentioned this on the Saturday show too, but he put out that song, like, "Get the Fuck Out, Invader Scum." And then you have Citizen Vigilante movie comes out where the guy's going around killing Muslim rapists, and it's dedicated to like rape victims of Muslim gangs. And Toby Turner put them together. Get the fuck out. Which the thing about this that stands out is how like shamelessly unapologetic it is. It's just like there's no more pussyfooting around. We're not tiptoeing around the subject anymore, and we also don't care if you're offended. And so it's just like a clear escalation. Yeah, we're still in discourse. We're still in rhetoric there, but the rhetoric is reaching like a fevered pitch where you have to imagine what comes next might be more than talking. I think we are on the threshold of the great happening. The happening that was foretold 3,000 years ago when the people said nothing ever happens. No, we are on the threshold of something happening. Maybe. This person tweeted, "No point in bailing the boat while traders are still busy chopping holes in the bottom. Then he's got a citizen vigilante meme that says, first the traders, then the invaders, which if you've seen the movie, that is the pattern that the plot follows as well. The plot. He goes around killing like judges and police and politicians or whatever, and then he kills the Muslims afterwards. And Elon Musk responds to that and says, yes. Yes. We need to kill the traitors and then the invaders. Yes. Did I hear what? No, I didn't hear what he said. Let me guess. Devin Stack thinks the movie is subversive and he doesn't like it. Let me guess. Let me guess. Devin, nothing's good enough for Devin Stack. Did I get it right? I love Devin, but some of these people just nothing's ever, it's just nonstop complaining, you know. I wouldn't mind hearing his take on it, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, I don't want to try to listen to a 3-hour stream to get the take. Can I get the Coles notes? Can I just get the Coles notes, please? Or what do you guys call it in America? I forget. And then here you have this Islamic march. He gave a very balanced review. Okay. I mean, look, I was just guessing. Cliff notes. Yeah, I was just guessing. He was surprisingly fair. Okay. All right. My bad. Look, I love Devin. I saw his tweet. He said, is it good or is it subversive? Come find out. And I didn't have time to watch the stream, but I just thought to myself, let me guess. It's subversive. Let me guess. But, you know, if he was more balanced, yeah, you know, and there is obviously criticisms and things you can say and all that. It is like a counter jihad thing. And you do see like Jews celebrating the movie. Which when I see Jews, I'm like, hold on. But it's just one of those things where it's like, look, it's not perfect, but it still sends the right message. Anyway, so you got this big Muslim march. This is BJ on the scene in Michigan. Shocker. Iran flags and little squiggly lines instead of an alphabet. They're talking in San person on the megaphone. The sex scene or the economic. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like a good review then. Perhaps I judged Devin too harshly. And Elon Musk quote tweeted this and he said, there are no American flags, but there are flags of many other countries. Those whose loyalty is to another country over America are by definition traitors and must be expelled immediately. Get the fuck out, invader scum. It's too bad Elon can't run for president. I would be more excited. Elon is also far from perfect. Speaking of things that are like, even in that tweet, you know, he's saying like, hey, look, if you're brown, but you're loyal to America, that's, you know, so even that is still like a very moderate position. But, Mark Collette interviewed Bull and he's Zio-cucked. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. I'll have to watch that. Sounds like Mark Collette got it. Sounds like Mark Collette gave an interesting interview. I would be more excited about an Elon Musk presidency than a like JD Vance or Marco Rubio or whoever we're going to have to supposedly support in a few years. H-Man would have given Army Hammer an area. I mean, apparently he's won 1/8 Jewish. It keeps going down. First people said half, then they said quarter, and now, according to, I saw Millennial Woes saying that he like actually looked at the whole genealogy going back to the great grandparents, and that Armie Hammer is only 1/8 Jewish, which means yes, he would not have been considered Jewish in Nazi Germany. Oh, he just went off on a tangent without marking. That's even worse. He just volunteered it. Oh, dear. Okay, and then speaking of which, over the weekend, speaking of invader scum, a Somali man in London hit a bunch of people with his car and then sped off, but was arrested. And by the way, this article written by Zara Fatima at the BBC. Fatima, what did the young man? Sorry, that's a Kanon song. You guys are any Kanon fans in the house? I saw this. So this happens over the weekend. Somali guy hits a bunch of pedestrians with his car. 2 were seriously injured. One went to like the trauma hospital or whatever, the major trauma hospital. Currently, they have said it's not being treated as terror related. We're keeping an eye as to any potential motive. We're still investigating, blah, blah, blah. 3 patients were treated at the scene, 1 taken to a major trauma center and 2 others taken to a local hospital. And I saw a tweet. It made me think of this tweet I saw that said, like, can the far right please stop weaponizing this unrelenting stream of horrific events that constantly validates their worldview? I really liked that tweet. I like the use of unrelenting. It was actually a screenshot of like an older tweet. Can the far right please stop weaponizing this unrelenting stream of horrific events that completely validates their worldview? And what's weird about this one is there's not much in the news. Like I was searching for like news videos about this, and you see this one like 30-minute video from like some YouTube channel, Talk TV, not even like a news station. All the other videos are like 10 seconds long. This one's 10 seconds long. Somalian-born man arrested, 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Here's a 53-second one on Facebook, which I pulled up. And again, this isn't an actual even like news page. This is just cell phone bystander footage. Also, it looks like it's out. In the BBC, they framed it as being outside of a shopping center. Do I still have that up? Man arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after car hits shoppers. And the picture shows Mark and Spencer. But then when you see the bystander footage, there's a church and all these people are like standing in front of a Christian church. And here's the car and some people are trying to stop him as he speeds off. So the church is obviously like across the street from the Mark and Spencer. I'm not saying he chose it because of the church being there. I'm just saying maybe. They were shopping.
Well, this is serious. There's a car with some damage.
Did it happen on Sunday? I think it was Saturday, 2 days ago. Yeah, this was on Saturday.
The red bumper. There's 3 people lying. One person picked up about put into an ambulance, and there's 2 people lying on the floor. Police told me they wouldn't tell me what's happening.
Somebody on the floor?
So, yeah, not much news footage in terms of like.
Cat Respecter sent $5 on Power Chat.
Thank you, Cat Respecter, my best friend, big supporter of the show, mythic tier, Chad, Cat Respecter. Look, these videos are all months old. See, this Talk TV one is the only one that comes up.
Mike, lovely to see you. Great to have Neil in the studio. Can I ask you about this attack in West London yesterday in the leafy suburb of Ealing? This is a Somali-born British man who's been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after a car hit several people on a busy shopping street in the West London suburb. 5 people were injured, with 3 taken to hospital following the incident on Ealing Broadway. It happened yesterday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. None of the injuries were believed to be life-threatening. The Met Police said a 34-year-old Somali-born driver fled the scene but was stopped in nearby Grange Park a short time later, where he was arrested on suspicion of dangerous driving and attempted murder. Mike, this is happening too often. Is this the price we're paying for diversity?
I'm afraid when you look at the levels of crime and you compare it with immigration...
Yes, but have you tried the shawarma?
There are definitely...
Have you tried authentic Somali cuisine?
Some links, and we've seen this with sex offences, for example. Afghanis 20 times being more likely to commit sexual offences than British-born people. So the links are for all to see. I mean, I always go back to the stat that in 1951 there was 150 robberies reported in the whole year in the whole of London. There's now that many every single every single day.
And those are the ones reported, Michael.
They're the ones who report it. I think what's changed here, Mark.
Imagine living in 1950s London. It'd be like paradise. Everyone's well dressed, white, civil, just civil AF. People were civil as fuck back then, man.
Because when you read out that information, is that the police are now being forced to give this information that this man was originally from Somalia. For many, many years, lots of this information was covered up. Exactly. And since the Southport incident and the wicked murders by Axel Ruder-Cabana, we had that nonsense of the Cardiff's choir boy given to us, that the authorities now are forced to tell the truth. And I think that's right. I mean, the Met are saying here there are no terrorist links. Maybe it was a criminal act, maybe he was targeting somebody, but we'll have to wait and see. But the facts are we have brought people to this country from very violent nations, and nations often where women are treated not as second but as third and fourth class citizens, and there is a consequence to that. So, you know, these people do not become...
I think women should be treated as second class citizens, not third or fourth. That's too much. Look. Second class, sure. Third, come on.
Perfect citizens in a day or a year or whatever. And so we've really got to look at, are we bringing in immigrants who bring something to this nation, or are we bringing in immigrants who bring crime? And we've really got to look at that.
Yes, so Michael, you know, I actually really...
Anyway, the far right weaponizing once again the unrelenting stream, and they're the only ones like covering it. Like, yeah, like if there's news articles, it's like little blurbs in the news. But no updates here, nothing. Okay. Anyway, so that happened. And then this morning, 6 people killed in Germany. Oh, this has now been updated to say family tragedy. It was when I was setting up the show, they didn't know what was happening. They're saying family tragedy. 6 people are dead after a shooting in the northern German town of Stade. Police have arrested 2 people and said the motive is unclear. Authorities say there is no wider danger to the public, and police have described the incident as a family tragedy. Killed 6 people in a German youth welfare center. Somebody shot up the youth center. Welfare center for mothers and their children, and what police said was likely a family tragedy before the male suspect and a female companion were arrested. The deadly shooting spree sparked a major police operation in the northern city of Stade, about 50 kilometers from Hamburg. The 6 people killed were all adults, among them one who succumbed to their injuries in hospital, while another person was wounded and in stable condition. A male principal offender and a female companion were arrested. It is not a case of femicide, nor does it involve a political background or anything of that nature.
Ked's Dead sent $3 on Power Chat. Would I still be race mixing if I got with a white Latina? Speaks Spanish and English but pale brunette, kinda like that off-white color Latinas have sometimes.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than Latina. Look, there is such a thing as white Hispanic, and a white Hispanic is white. Nick Fuentes is a white Hispanic. And like Spanish people, like Antonio Banderas or whatever. It's like a white Hispanic. Well, I guess he's not technically not Hispanic. He's just Spanish. That's like not the same, right? I don't know. Anyway, are Spanish Hispanic? Dude, am I retarded? I gotta ask Grok. Hey, Grok, are white Spanish people considered Hispanic?
Officially, yes. According to the U.S. Census and federal definitions, white people from Spain are considered Hispanic because...
Okay. Anyway, so there is such a thing as white Hispanic, but when you just say white Latina, and then you talk about how she's kind of pale and she speaks Spanish, I'm like, what are we even dealing with here? I'm gonna need to see the 23andMe. Anyway, white Hispanic is not race mixing, but brown Hispanic with pale skin is. Okay. Anyway, one eyewitness told the news site Focus Online that police shouted, "Stop where you are," at the man and woman attempting to flee, then fired some 10 to 15 rounds at the vehicle. So here's where it happened. An amateur video clip published by Build Daily showed a police roadblock stopping a Mercedes passenger car with a blown out back tire. Chaotic situation. All right. Okay, so no reporting on the race or the nationality of all the people involved. Shoe on head crash out? I didn't see that. Then you would have seen this clip if you watched YCSP last night, but I just had to touch on this myself because this is so obnoxious. This British YouTuber named Angry Ginge, okay, who has 1 million YouTube subscribers and does videos about soccer, came to the UK for the World Cup. The US for the World Cup, which is currently happening here. And he was at a game in America and he overheard somebody saying something racist. And so he went to people working at the stadium to try to get the person kicked out of the game for racism. And the people were like, no, we don't do that in America. And then he spent 2 minutes crying about how they wouldn't kick him out.
We have a situation where the gentleman that was there is started being racist, so we're getting supervised and reported to steward because kick it out is the saying.
WN sent $5 on Power Chat. More like angry, am I right?
I don't know what you said, but I'm sure you're right. And are you ready for Dark Tide tonight? Y'all ready for Strike Team Cope, the redemption tour? Strike Team Cope redemption tour tonight. We're gonna turn down the suck.
I will stand by that. So he's now getting supervised, and we'll see what.
The man in front of me was making incredibly racist comments towards the Ghanaian national team. Due to this, it was only right for me to stand up and deal with this. Watch how the stewards deal with this. It is actually embarrassing. You'll know we don't actually get to know what the guy said to judge for ourselves. All we're told is that it's racist. We don't get to know what he was actually saying.
I'm sorry.
WN sent $5 on Power Chat. The censors are strong. The word was MINGE, and I'll be there.
Yeah. That's good. That's like that's British for pussy. That's a good joke.
Well, my comment about it won't happen again.
No, it won't happen again because you're going to get thrown out, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Why can't we not just forget about it?
Forget about you being racist? No, mate. Don't be racist. Well, don't.
Notice how the guy apologizes and was like, so the guy is like, sorry, man, I'll stop. I won't do it again. And then the fucking British dude who is a guest in this country is like, no, sorry's not good enough. You're going to pay the price. We're going to get you kicked out of the game.
Be racist. Well, the steward said.
Yeah, it probably wasn't even that bad. If it was an actual racist, they would have been like, fuck off, faggot. Like, shut up, wanker.
That you can't kick him out or something. So, just 1 minute, mate.
Yeah, this is what somebody who is like just completely goy beamed looks like. Somebody who's just completely brainwashed. In his mind, he's just like, I'm earning so many good boy points right now. I'm gonna have a great video. Everyone's gonna see what a hero I am because I saw something, said something. I didn't just stay silent. It's like all those British propaganda videos where there's like a white guy harassing a girl and then the black guy's like, hey mate, not cool. He watched a bunch of those videos. He's like, this is my chance. This is my chance to be one of the good whites.
Jim, Joe will see.
Yeah, I'll be down in a minute. He's just got back now.
Oh, yeah.
That guy for being racist.
Is that enough?
Yeah, so I'll get a team to get him out. Okay. No worries, man. No worries.
Big fan.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Keep it up.
So we'll see what happens. Apparently the steward said that he can't kick him out unless he does it again. I said, there's no way on earth. All of us have heard it. He's kind of got to go. So we're getting a team to kick him out now or something. But I don't know, we'll see. And
Kong's Dong sent $3 on Power Chat. Will I still go blind if I only goon to swarthy broad?
Gross. So he's there. I know it's like the audio's not great, but he's complaining that the I guess I can turn it up a little bit. I don't have that plugin installed on this computer. Whatever. He's complaining that he went to the steward, which is like I guess an English word for employee or just stadium worker. He went to the steward, and the steward was like, "Well, if he does it again, I'll kick him out." But he's. Because again, if like the guy's like, whatever, sorry, I dropped a hard R, it won't happen again. Whatever he said, and then she's like, okay, cool. As you were, like we don't have to fucking read the riot act.
He tried to get me to do a video to promote his brand as well. Some cool. I don't know. I'll try and find the name of the brand. It's run by racists.
Oh, so did you catch that? Because that part is important. He overheard the guy talking about a company or a brand that he runs. And so he's saying he's going to like destroy the guy's business. This is all over an overheard conversation that he was just like eavesdropping on. Now he wants to ruin the guy's life because he's like bitter and spiteful because he couldn't get him kicked out. So he failed to get him kicked out of the soccer game, which, by the way, these World Cup tickets are not cheap. These are like expensive tickets to go watch these games. And he wanted to get him kicked out of the game, and he failed to do that. So now he's like talking about his brand. Listen.
And if all of us have heard it, he's kind of got to go. So we're getting a team to kick him out now or something.
We're getting the team to kick him out now or something.
But I don't know what I'm going to say. And they tried to get me to do a video to promote his brand as well. Some cool, I don't know, I'll try and find the name of the brand.
Oh, he tried to get me a video to promote his brand, right? So because this guy's like a famous YouTuber that soccer fans would know, the guy was like, hey man, will you record a video? And so now he's saying,
run by a racist.
I'll try to find his brand because it's run by a racist.
So we'll try to expose everything we can.
And we're gonna try to expose everything we can.
Absolutely not good enough from the American stewards. The message before the games are always in football is kick it out. If you see it, say it. I've got him reported it.
See there, see something, say something. So he's like on the verge of tears. Look at him, because the stewards wouldn't kick the guy out of the game.
The guy, he's not been kicked out of the stadium. We saw him as we left.
He's not been kicked
The Orthodoxer sent $3 on Power Chat. This white traitor is worse than the nuns. I hate these people.
I mean, really, just totally brainwashed, totally mind raped.
He's been able to watch the whole game after some of the things he was saying about the Ghana team. I'm not going to repeat. I think it's absolute fucking disgrace. He's been able to stay in.
Not going to repeat it, right? So we don't get to hear what the guy was even saying that was so terrible. Yeah, his cheeks are getting flushed. It looks like he's going to start crying.
And watch the game after having evidence on the vlog, having reported it, and 5 witnesses, literally all of us heard him say it, and he's still been able to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but it's not illegal. Whatever he did, maybe let's say he said the hard R. Guess what? That's not a crime. It's like, I had the evidence, I had 5 witnesses. I don't know if you know this, but it's not illegal to be racist in America, buddy. I don't know if you know this, but it's not a crime. Like you could just say what you want here. It's called freedom. It's called freedom.
The game. I think it's an absolute fucking disgrace. I think it's
yeah, it really shows the British mentality, the British cuck mentality. You're supposed to be like, wow, these people are free, they can express themselves, they can say what they want, but you're like so angry and you want the guy to be punished. Yeah, just absolutely mind raped cuck.
I just think it's wrong on every single level that people like that can stay and get away with it. And the steward that came,
it could be considered obscenity. Yeah, well, what they've been doing is actually charging people with public disorderly. That's what they did to Chud the Builder. That's what they did to Shiloh Hendricks. Shiloh's trial starts in July, I believe. So Shiloh Hendricks is about to go on trial for public disorderly. So that's bullshit. And that's already, the Supreme Court has already ruled that it's not a public disorder. So it's like just a miscarriage of justice that Shiloh wasn't able to get that charge dismissed. Shiloh should be able to actually sue the prosecutors or whoever, sue somebody, sue the city, whatever, for violating her rights. And I hope she does. I really hope she does.
Up to me the first time said, all right, well, if he does.
The Oral Donger sent $3 kittens. I'm sorry I'm late, but you knew I'd show up when we started talking about brown women and race mixing.
Thank you.
Again, tell me, I said that there can't be a next time, otherwise everyone gets 2 chances. It's ridiculous. I did my part. I couldn't have done any more. At the end of the day, the steward came to remove him. He walked off. Steward followed him, and then didn't even get rid of him. So it's just an absolute fuck.
There can't be a next time. Otherwise, everyone gets 2 chances. This fucking guy. How's the person who reported the racism getting more backlash than the guy who was racist? Yeah, faggot Brit discovers free speech in America. This right here is why 250,000 girls were raped. Football accounts finding out Americans don't lock people up for mean words. Deport this faggot immediately. And then he ran to like the BBC and was crying about receiving abuse on the internet. Angry Ginge says standing up to racism led to online abuse. Social media personality Angry Ginge has said he received abuse online for standing up to racism at England's World Cup game against Ghana. The winner of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, whose real name is Morgan Birtwistle, said he attempted to get a man he accused of making racist remarks removed from the match at Boston Stadium on Tuesday, but stewards did not ask, which he said was not good enough. Who won the game, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Not that it even matters because England's team is 0-0. God, soccer is so fucking boring. Look at that. 0-0. That's so fucking boring. I said this the other day. I said soccer is like the most boring game, but it has the best highlight reels. If you take like 1,000 hours of soccer and clip just the most exciting parts, they're like insane real clips, insane highlights. But it's so boring. Imagine sitting there for like 2 hours and nobody scores a goal. He later posted on Instagram about abusive and threatening comments. Okay, well, I gotta see this. I hope it's a video. What's his name? Angry Minch. Morgan Birtwistle, 2.4 million followers. I wonder which one it is.
Congratulations! Is it your birthday?
I'm getting married.
Oh, no way! Congrats!
She's wearing a wedding gown. Is it your birthday? I hate how you can't back up on.
Sounds like. I'm from Boston. What you saying?
I gotta see what she was wearing.
Walking here.
Maybe it's just a white dress. I could have sworn there was like a full-on
Whoa!
veil. Full-on veil. I gotta.
It worked. Congratulations! Is it your?
Is it your birthday? This is fucking retarded, man. Look at that. That's a wedding dress, you retard. Okay. Where does he talk about the racism?
Cheeseburger.
Press cheeseburger.
Large chocolate milkshake.
I give up. All right, I give up. We'll just read the article. He posted on Instagram about abusive and threatening comments he claimed to have received in relation to this, with a caption which read, "Standing up to racism gets you this. What a world we live in." Maybe he deleted the post. maybe so many people, because like, so it was like a post of like screenshots of comments. I don't see that anywhere. Maybe so many people were calling him a fag, he just deleted the Instagram post.
The oral donger sent $3. Ching is going to get
in a
raped by a
story.
group of Pakistani men and forced to say the hard R while getting pegged to avoid being offed.
You're probably right. And then it's probably gone. I don't use Instagram, so I don't really know how it works. But you're right. It probably was a story. That makes sense. In a YouTube video he posted on Thursday, the Stalford-born content creator said the man sat in front was making incredibly racist comments towards the Ghanaian national team. It's probably just like a joke about how like you need to like before you unlock the character in the video game, or like just some joke about how their skin's dark or something. It probably was super tame. We'll never know, I guess. He said a steward had told him they can't kick him out before showing him appearing to leave, but later saying he had not been removed. So they just moved him to a different seat, maybe. Absolutely not good enough from the American stewards. The message before the games at football is kick it out. If you see it, say it. I've gone and reported it. The guy, he's not kicked out of the stadium. We saw him as we left. He's been able to watch the whole game. After some of the things he was saying, I'm not even going to repeat. 5 witnesses. The steward told him the man would have been kicked out if he made another racist comment, which Bristle described as ridiculous. All right, so go back to your cuck country, buddy. This is America. And then another example, Brits getting one-shotted by free speech in America will never get old.
Just call him for a second.
Oh, what do you guys call him? Full kit wanker, right? Or whatever. He's wearing that thing. He's all dressed up and ready to go.
He did just say that?
Okay. Lucky we're on American television. There's the W word on British TV. You'd like to go visit, Jeff.
So he said fucking wanker, and apparently wanker is worse than fucking, which surprises me because fuck is a curse word. And wanker is just like calling I know it means like jerking off, but it's just like something you call somebody who's like a loser, right? Anyway. In the midst of unimaginable loss, the Metcalf family chose to honor Austin's memory by investing in the future of others. The first Austin Metcalf Memorial Scholarship has been awarded to Kevin Jackson. Kevon Jackson. Did I say Kevin? I meant Kevon. Helping a student pursue his college dreams in Austin's name. And there he is. There he is. You know what I need to add to the stream deck? I need that Mike Ma clip where he goes, good morning. The screaming appeal to heaven clip. Yeah, I got to add that for a moment like this. It's just like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I thought you were red-pilled, Jeff. Jeff Metcalf. I thought you were red-pilled by all this. It's not about race. Don't make it about race. And then all the black people rally around the guy who killed your son. And then you say, well, we'll show them. We'll give a black kid a scholarship. So what is the message here that we're sending? Kill one of ours and we'll reward you? Is that the message? The shit people will do just to prove they aren't racist. It's just pathetic. Carmelo Anthony supporters are livid because this goes against their Metcalfs are racist narrative. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah. Democrats are the real racists. They're so mad. We gave the money to a black kid. They're seething. Ha ha ha. Goes to show they're the real racists. To memorialize the white boy murdered by a criminal non-piece of shit, we are giving a scholarship to another non who'd probably piss on his grave. Disgusting. Yeah. Really pathetic behavior. A Love Island contestant was kicked off the show when an old video surfaced of her singing nigga to a rap song. Apparently, according to Sean Fitzgerald, they dug up a video of her at age 15 singing a song with the N-word in it with a group of friends, and apparently fabricated some screenshots to make her seem racist because she looked uncomfortable after a black guy smacked her ass when she wasn't expecting it on a TV show. Love Island USA contestant Alana Keyser is speaking out after being removed from the Peacock dating series following resurfaced footage and social media posts that sparked major backlash online.
Hi everyone, I'm coming on here to address some things that have been circulating online. I do want to begin by addressing the video of me singing along to a Roddy Ricch song that contains a racial slur. I'm sorry to whoever's seen that video and has been offended by it. That was never my intention. The video is from 6 years ago, and that word is just not in my vocabulary anymore. I'd also like to address the screenshots that have been going around online that have been falsified. What has been shared does not reflect the truth, and it's never been in my character to discriminate against anybody's skin color. I do want to say directly that I do not support racism or discrimination of any kind, and I never have. When I first found out that these things were going around online, it really broke my heart, and I couldn't do anything about it. But this has definitely been a learning
Is she white, chat?
lesson for me, and it sucks that I didn't get a chance to really show my personality and who I am. Hi everyone.
I want to see the video that got her kicked off. I will never understand the people who apologize for this. How is your reaction anything other than, like, are you people serious? It's a fucking song. It's the lyric to the song. What are you talking? Like, you know what I mean? This was, by the way, this was the whole topic that got me kicked off that panel where, and then I made a video called "Who Cares If Someone Says Nigga?" But it was like that we were they were saying, like, you know, if somebody is like, if a soccer mom is like listening to a rap song in her van and she says nigga, but she's like apologizes, then we should like, they were like acting like we should have grace for people who like apologize and admit they're wrong. And then I was like, okay, so what is the appropriate punishment for somebody who just unapologetically says nigga in a rap song? And then everybody's like, oh my God, he said it. Oh my God. And they kicked me off. And I just like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you apologize. You're like, it's like literally the lyric to the song. If you don't want people to say it, why are you writing those lyrics? You know what I mean? We write way better lyrics anyways. I'm sick of these people who think that we're equal. They're equal. Get out of our country before we delete you. German feminist Verena Braunschweiger promotes the slogan, "My lineage ends with me." She calls for people, especially white people, to stop having children. She claims the Western pro-natalists only want to control women and keep refugees out. Braunschweiger said the Europeans are to blame for the poor quality of life in Africa, and she would invite the entire world to Europe. So I would take all immigrants and refugees in because we ruined the world, so to speak. We produce the climate change, which makes the life in Africa, for instance, miserable and horrible. So, of course, why not invite them if they want to come? Dude, we're still doing climate change. Also, do you know who, if climate change is real, it's China and India that you should be your first targets. I saw a tweet this morning about how some like there's like a heat wave in France and they blamed it on America. What is the logic there? France minister blames America for heat wave. Paris officials hit back at mockery over lack of air conditioning, saying America shares response. So Americans are all making fun of them because they do. And I mean, look at this. All these, just like the brown guy right at front and center. Can't read the article. France believes that the United States is partly responsible for the record-breaking heat wave sweeping across Europe. The statement came after a wave of ridicule from Americans over the lack of air conditioning in many French homes. Paris Deputy Mayor for International Relations Audrey Pulvar responded to posts by American tourists, expats, and social media users who mocked the French over the lack of air conditioning. The official stressed that such criticism was inappropriate as the United States remains one of the largest sources of greenhouse gas emissions. As the second largest emitter of greenhouse gas in the world, you bear a significant amount of responsibility for global warming and the consequences we in France are experiencing. She also noted that about 90% of American cities widely use air conditioners, which also affect the environment. Yeah, we're going to keep our air conditioner. You guys can keep dying in the heat, and we're going to keep our air conditioners. Shocking, a 14-year-old black boy arrested for brutal rape of young mom and home invasion. Now, this story, I looked into it, and it's from 2022. And I've been seeing a lot of these on Twitter the last few weeks where people just pull up old stories and present them as if they just happened. And this got 2.6 million impressions. There's another one a guy posted about 3 black teens got shot during a home invasion. And I looked it up and it was from 2019. That was going around yesterday too. But anyway, the reason I wanted to touch on this one is because this person said, "Why are you calling him a black boy? He's a criminal and a rapist. His race has nothing to do with it." And then the same person has this tweet, top 5 worst races, white men, white men, white men, white men, white men, right? Every single time. His race has nothing to do with it. Lauren Southern went on the Jeremy Boring show, just like Lucas Gage. Apparently this is a show for like former extremists to go on and complain about all the people who are still extreme. She attacks Nick Fuentes and implies he's a foreign op in a collab with Daily Wire's Jeremy Boring.
When dissident media came about, especially 15, 16, everyone was saying this is the cure to the mainstream media who are captured orthodoxies. They can't say the truth because they'll be fired from their jobs. But now you look at the dissident space, and I know people who are constantly repeating extraordinarily toxic ideologies, and they can never change their mind because they will be canceled by their audience, who will leave them in the dust, and they can never get a normal job again because they've gone so far to one extreme that they're unemployable now. And they are more captured than any mainstream media journalist could ever imagine being. Like, you think someone like Fuentes could quit his job and start working at, even a McDonald's, You look at Elijah Schaffer right now, he's doubling, quadrupling down because what other job can he do? He actually doesn't have a choice but to keep performing for the internet, which is a terrifying prospect. And you think about foreign influence and operations, we are kind of breeding a foreign influence farm because you've got all these people who are unemployable in regular society who can only be performers on the internet, and they got to pay and feed their families somehow.
Yeah, and this is part of how the social contagions work on the internet too, right? It's not just that bad ideas have virality, it's that economies form around the bad ideas. And now there's an incentive structure that draws other people into the sphere of the bad idea. It's very easy to identify it on the left, but obviously it's happening every day on the right as well.
Yeah, so I totally disagree with this assessment. First of all, Lauren Southern and Lucas Gage are both proof that you can denounce your formerly extreme ideology. And not only do you get to keep working, but you get invited on ostensibly a big podcast. I don't know. Is the Jeremy Boring Show actually big, or is it just his like association with Daily Wire that makes it seem mainstream? I don't even know. But also, like, Nick took a lot of moderate positions in the last 6 months and got criticized for it a lot, including by me. I criticized him. But the thing I like about, like, here's the thing. I think that those are like his genuine positions. Like when Nick says like we shouldn't have racial hatred and this and that, it's like that's just like what he really believes. And personally, I'm a little more extreme, I guess. When he says like we should give up on white nationalism and stuff like that, and you know, he takes flack for it and he takes criticism for it, but he does it because I think that's like really he's sort of all over the place a little bit, but again, I think that's genuine. People act like flip-flopping is proof that you don't actually believe anything, but it can actually be like just a testament to the fact that on different days you feel different ways, and you're just telling how you feel in that particular moment.
Richard Toll sent $3 on Power Chat. Angry seething Chud's totally vindicated on Lauren Southern. JKL, he just messing with you.
Thank you. I mean, this is Lauren's coping. She's coping. She's basically like she's saying they spew these toxic ideologies and they can't change even if they want to. Unlike me, I'm so brave. I got out of it. Look at me. Very few can do what I did. Very few can rise above it, the brainwashing or whatever. And it's like, actually, no, we just genuinely believe the toxic ideologies. We actually want a white country. Yeah, it's for real.
Lauren Southern's brown boyfriend sent $3. This chick is a race mixer. Opinion discarded.
I don't even know about all that. People say the guy was Asian. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe. In some bizarre world where Fuentes has to get a normal job, the far right wouldn't be the ones preventing him from working. Well, that's not what she was saying. She was saying that he's trapped because no one would let him get a job. She wasn't saying. Anyway, it's just not really true. It's not really true. There are people who try to bully you and audience capture you. Like, there is a kernel of truth to that. And those are like the people that I ban. If people give me too much of a hard time for going against their opinions, I ban those people because I don't want to be influenced by that. There are people who try to do that, but it's a fallacy or it's just a falsehood to say, therefore you're trapped. It's like, no, you can actually literally just ban those people or just tell them to fuck off or whatever. Anyway. White hoodie wearing goon brutally beats MTA employee on Queens subway platform. Oh, so he's white? A white, hoodie wearing goon. An on-duty MTA employee was beaten by a maniac in a white hoodie and matching sweatpants after he asked him to quit smoking inside a Queens subway station. White hoodie wearing goons could be here, he thought. I hate white hoodie wearing goons. Okay, this is an old tweet from May, but I just saw it the other day and I wanted to take a look at it. So this is the Chud the Builder restaurant stream. And apparently it shows that they knew he was streaming when they seated him and all that.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Wondering why you got Chud the Builder written down right there.
Someone just called me about that. Is that you?
So this is him coming in to the restaurant?
Yeah, they say a lot of weird things about me. I'm curious what that's about.
It's a private conversation.
Yeah, I need that plug-in. What was the audio or volume boost Firefox extension? Whoop. Which is the one that I used? I think I used one that had more than 13 reviews. Yeah, I think it's this one. Remove. Oh, so I do have this? Oh yeah, because it just wasn't showing because Firefox syncs. Okay, I did that on the wrong. I needed to show here. How do I do that? Pin. There we go. There we go.
You said what?
You told me to look it up.
Yeah, what about it?
You just told me to look it up. Someone on the phone to call.
Yeah, I know. They try to harass me everywhere I go.
You don't condone anyone harassing anyone.
I know, I hate that. I know. I try not to get harassed everywhere I go. But yeah, still here we are.
You're not filming, are you?
Filming?
Okay, so she said you're not filming, are you? What? Why did it mute there? Because this would, if he told them he was streaming, this would be the part. What happened to the volume? What is going on?
Hey man, don't touch me. Tell us we can't eat here. Filming? We're live streaming. Oh, okay. Well, are you about to tell us we can't eat here?
No, dear, we would never do that.
I was just curious why they're calling us.
Why are you
recording the restaurant? I'm live streaming. Okay. You can turn that off, please. Hey man, don't touch me. I'm not touching. I can leave. If you can ask me to leave, don't come in my face like that, sir.
I'm not. I'm just asking you not to record video in the restaurant.
And that's fine. You guys can sit. I'm just wondering why my hands are here. Someone just called and recorded me. For what? She just said. We heard you say neo-Nazi. We heard that word. It's on recording. And so I'm just curious why. I've got good money to spend here, brother. Man, it's not about that.
Yeah, so it appears they let him in because this is all before they sat down at the table and ordered their food and all of that. So it seems like they worked it all out and they must have given him permission to keep streaming as well. Oh, so what if I pause? Then there's no more audio? What is that about?
Hi. I know, you were good.
Nothing but tech issues, man. I had to fuck around so hard to get my camera working this morning in OBS. I was having so much problems.
You were running a box, I know. But somebody just called in here because they harassed me everywhere I go, and I document it. That's why I'm popular. Is that right? I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I know you. I'm trying to explain it.
I don't either.
You seem like a sweetheart.
And some people call and they told me
like a sweetheart. You're doing great. I'm not mad at you at all. I just saw my name written down. I was like, that's a little weird. He told me someone to call me a neo-Nazi. Obviously, you wouldn't like that either, would you? It's a weird thing to be called when no one else associate with it. So, but straight down there. I'm on the knee on there. I believe in freedom of speech and the Constitution, and people harass me for it. They put bounties on me. So when I see my name written down, I'm like, are they going to poison my food? You got to understand where I'm at. We can put the phone down and we won't record nobody.
You guys, we just want you to come in, relax, have a good time. Thank you. We're not about social media. We're not about videotaping with a live stream in a restaurant. It's just who we are, right? I respect that. We ask everybody to respect each other's behavior when they come into the restaurant.
Okay, it sounds like he's saying we don't want you to live stream. It sounds like. Although I oh God, the audio stopped again. It's hard to tell because I couldn't quite it almost sounded like he said we're not above social media or live streaming, but I kind of doubt it.
I believe in freedom of speech.
This is so annoying.
Any shenanigans in the front side, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm not trying to bring any shenanigans. I do that because literally people threaten my life. No
shenanigans.
I'm sorry, that's not a joke. Yeah. Not you guys. Not you. I know. I'm just telling you, like, it's literally called, like, famous rappers are saying, I'll give you guys 100K. My name's It's great to meet you, and I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot.
No,
you gotta understand, like, I'm thinking people are trying to poison me and kill me. There's a $100,000 bounty publicly put out by a famous rapper. You're kidding. And the police don't do anything about it. So when you think about it like that, you're like, okay. So that's why I seem like a little on edge.
So he's saying DJ Academics put out 100K bounty. So Chud the Builder is like, there's a 100K bounty. So I just want to make sure you're not going to poison me when I see my name written down. And there goes the audio again. Dude, what in the fuck is that about?
Where I'm at. I do that because literally people threaten my life everywhere I go. I'm sorry, that's not a joke. Not you guys. Not you. On foot. No, I come out the bathroom. He's like, they got your name written. I'm like, okay, let me talk to you. But I'm not.
It was written down on like a little notepad that she had on her podium thing.
You never know. Well, he's got the camera. It's like there's a little screen you can put it on.
She said he's still streaming. He said the camera's off, but still streaming.
And so I try to be up front when I have reservations, and I also try to reserve places that are a little up higher scale, so that you guys might understand where we're coming from.
And if anyone comes in, I promise I'll protect you.
I love you.
The black woman.
All right, we will not film anybody. We'll just keep it down.
It's got the halo effect.
Thank you guys. I got a corner table next near the kitchen area. I got another corner table in the back room. Whatever you prefer. Either one's for private room. Back room would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. They gave him a back room.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. I apologize for the mix.
No problem. Like somebody calling.
I know, that's why I wanted to.
And I'm like, what's up?
I'm hoping you guys, I was trying to defuse, make sure y'all weren't on edge about me. Let you know who I am. We're all good. Oh, no, we're not paying shit. Hey, Buttigieg.
People that are watching your comment about
I wish they.
Hold on.
because I have feedback
about me. Let you know who I am. We're all good.
I was jumping ahead to see if it includes the part where they get kicked out.
Tell me I don't got riz, man.
you're not streaming live.
Interrupted while trying to enjoy the appetizer.
Streaming live.
Okay, so like I said before, we were streaming for my safety when we leave here, and so I stream before I come and before I leave.
My restaurant, and you can't.
There might be some garlic in there too, but if I had to guess, it's that. because it has a similar spice. Yeah. Those are real capers. I mean, honestly, great restaurant. I wish I hope they don't shit out on us.
Yeah, I know. No, that's a great restaurant.
So they had the camera off while they were eating.
The camera's off. You can see this is the screen.
Yeah, but you made a comment about you can't turn off the server until you're at home. And all that, so you're gonna have to go ahead and do that. Like we can't continue to offend everybody else.
Who are we offending?
I'm sorry.
Who are we offending?
The people that are watching your stuff. Apparently, some people are.
So because they're offended by my stream, we can't eat here?
Streaming while you're here? Yeah. Doesn't that make sense?
No.
That does make sense?
Not
yeah, we're not going to have
Hold on,
stream.
why are you adrenaline? Your hand's shaking and stuff.
No, my hand's fine. I'm good. There's no reason for anyone to be upset.
You seem kind of upset.
No,
Are you guys streaming now?
So
Yeah. We can leave.
Okay, it's time to go.
Hey, Buttigieg, calm down. Why don't you go shit in the street? Why don't you go poop in the street? Hey, man, don't get aggressive with me. We'll get up and leave. Thanks for the free food. Hey,
No, you
Bob's
gotta pay your check.
Steakhouse.
They'll take care of it.
Oh, no, we're not paying shit.
You're not paying? I go get the
Y'all are kicking me out, or are we staying?
No, you're paying and you're leaving.
Oh, you think?
For what you got, yeah.
Buddy, I didn't get to enjoy my meal. You're kicking me out. I'm not paying for shit.
No, just go ahead.
Yeah. Bob's Steakhouse. Check your Google.
Yeah, so he says just go ahead and go. So they had a negotiation there about whether or not he should pay, and the guy agreed he could just leave. Yeah, he will win the case. So if you missed the last updates, they were trying to get these charges dismissed on the basis of this evidence, and what the judge did was she kicked it over to a grand jury. So a grand jury is going to decide whether or not he should be indicted on those charges.
Mr. Bliss Chilling sent $3 on Power Chat. They woke up the beast.
Thank you. Richard Spencer did a debate with some Muslim guy about, I don't know.
So you don't like it when your wife covers up. You like when men look at her?
Yes.
You want men to look at your wife?
There's a difference between men looking at your wife and men doing other things with your wife.
No, I said look.
I want to go back to an ancient world where we're just wearing togas and sandals, and you're just seeing cleavage and long legs. I just want to confirm. I do want to live like that. Yeah, I'm a more sensual person.
So you want me to look at your wife's cleavage?
You can look at my wife's cleavage. So long as you're not doing some other things, brother. You understand? I mean, like,
brother,
I'm
brother. I mean, look, if that's not cuckery, brother, I don't know what is, brother. That is pure.
That's
cuckery.
not cuckery.
That is the opposite of the view you want us to hold to. That you're a strong man and survival of the fittest. And
yeah,
we're
a strong man. We're self-confident. We're not terrified of other people cucking us unless we have to dress them up.
Be honest, Richard. I thought
bags.
Richard, I thought that you're a strong warrior, but it turns out that you're just a liberal, brother. You're a liberal. You think You think your wife should walk around?
Did the Romans
with her tits
put
out?
women in burqas?
They were wrong. They were cucks.
Okay, that's fair enough. We simply disagree,
cucks.
but my
That's
position,
the problem, brother.
I want to live in a
They're cucks.
sensual society where we're surrounded by hot people. And
you want me to think you want me to think your daughters are hot, for example?
You can think my daughters are hot, like so long as you're not doing other things. And I don't want to even mention this because it grosses me out. Yeah.
Oh boy. So what about that?
I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful when look, there's a difference between being a vulgar slut and going around showing off your ass or whatever. There is a distinction between that and a beautiful young girl who is conservative, but sure, a little sensual. And she looks pretty and wonderful.
So
there is a distinction. There's a hard line, and you know where it is. There's a difference between a slut and a young lady who is confident and beautiful.
Over2707 sent $5 on YouTube. LP. Thanks for the content. Richard Spencer is gay, but I like him. Homonationalism. God bless, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I also confess I like Richard Spencer, and I also agree with him here. I agree. There's sometimes there's too much moralizing about modesty, but what Richard is saying is correct, is that there's a difference between just like you're attractive and you're acting like a vulgar whore. Dude, it's always a new problem. This only started after I turned on the, it's set to 15 for everything. Is it this plugin doing it? I don't know, man.
So you don't like it?
Between like erotic art and pornography, right? You know it when you see it, right?
I think there's no difference. So
that's crazy.
No, it's not. It's not crazy. You're just looking at less extra skin, brother. That's
it's the intention.
This is what I'm.
It's the intent. No, hold on. It's the intention in the filmmaker.
It's not just the intention.
It is an intention that you can discern.
Richard,
there's a filmmaker. I'm going to finish real quick. So I don't want to interrupt. Look, there's a filmmaker that can show a beautiful woman running through a field or jumping into the ocean, and it's sensual and it's wonderful. The intention of a pornographer is to most likely degrade sexuality, or at the very least depict it in a graphic, vulgar form. There just is a difference between being fun and being a skank. There's a total difference, and you know it when you see it.
Sneeko rocking the Oliver Anthony bowl cut over here. I agree completely with Richard Spencer there. Total agreement. Moderate Christians, secular atheists, or I guess, what is he, an Apollinist? Apollo? He wants to worship Apollo, the sun god or something, whatever. Women being hot. We're shaking our hands in agreement. It's okay for women to be hot. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. Like I said, kind of a slow news weekend, but I will be doing a Rumble Premium stream this afternoon. If you have Rumble Premium and you want to watch me play video games, because I need to finish getting my 5 hours for the month in. And we'll be playing Warhammer Dark Tide tonight. I have to fix my Discord thing so that the mics come. I was playing Resident Evil on Friday, and Wandering Neanderthal and Fashodo jumped in the Discord with me to kind of help me walk me through what to do so that I didn't keep dying over and over. And I knew it was going to be an audio thing because I had to set it up on the last computer, so I said to a guy, I said, "Can you guys hear him?" And some guy in the chat was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I went back and watched the stream after, and it was just me. You could only hear me. You couldn't hear the other guys through the whole time. Some guy lied to me. Some guy was like, "Yeah, we could hear him." And then the whole stream was just me you could hear half a conversation. But anyway, so we'll do some Dark Tide tonight. You guys have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow with another show. Catch you on the flip side. Peace out.
Chat with